Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, if you've been paying any attention to tech lately, you know artificial intelligence is just massive. It's everywhere.
It really is. More than just a buzzword, it's actually reshaping industries, right?
Totally. But that leaves a lot of people wondering, okay, great, but how do I actually get into this AI job market? It can feel pretty confusing, like finding your way in the fog.
Absolutely. There's so much chatter, so much anecdotal stuff out there. Everyone's talking AI, but nailing down what employers really want, what you can actually earn, where the jobs are, that's tough.
And that is exactly why we're doing this deep dive today. We want to cut through all that noise. Hand you a map, basically.
Right. No more guesswork.
We're digging into the AI Job Market Report 2025. It's this huge analysis, looked at over 15,000 global AI job listings, real data.
Yeah, this isn't just someone's opinion. It's based on what companies are actually putting out there in job ads. We've boiled it down to the key stuff.
Think of this as your shortcut. We've pulled out the most important bits to help you figure out this fast-moving field.
So we're looking at, what skills matter? Do you really need that fancy degree? What's the salary situation like, and where are the hotspots?
Exactly. Let's peel it back and see what the data says. Okay, let's start with skills. That's usually ground zero, right? What do you actually need to know?
Definitely. The report lists the top 10 most frequent skills. And, well, one language just dominates.
Python.
Python, yeah. Showed up in 4,450 listings. It's huge.
Wow. Okay, so Python's essential. What else is high up there?
Well, SQL's big too, for databases. Over 3,400 listings. Then you get into the deep learning stuff.
Like TensorFlow and PyTorch.
Exactly. TensorFlow is in just over 3,000. PyTorch, pretty close behind it, around 2,777. And surprisingly high, maybe, was Kubernetes.
Kubernetes, for managing cloud applications.
Yeah, right up there with TensorFlow. And Scala, another programming language, especially for big data, that was prominent too.
Okay, so it's kind of a mix. Core programming, handling data, and these more specialized AI and cloud tools.
That's the key takeaway. The report groups them into deep learning frameworks, cloud and infrastructure tools, and back-end or database tech.
So it's not just about building the model in isolation.
No way. You need the whole stack. These skills are vital for research, sure, but also for actually getting AI working in production in the real world.
Right, making it scale and work reliably. Okay, that makes sense. Now here's a twist maybe. Most in demand doesn't always mean highest paid, does it?
Ah, exactly. The report looked at which skills get the highest average salaries. They filtered for skills in at least 50 jobs, just for reliability. And yeah, the top earners might surprise you.
Okay, hit me with it.
Top of the list, C++,
Yeah.
average salary over $170,000.
C++ IR, really? For AI.
Yeah, often used for that high-performance stuff where speed is critical. Think finance, complex simulations. Then CloudFormation, the AWS tool, that's around $165K. And Kafka, for real-time data, about $160K.
Interesting. So Kubernetes, which we saw was in thousands of jobs, pays well, like $150K, but it's still beaten out by these maybe less common but higher value skills. Right.
So what's the big picture here? What does this tell us about where the premium value is?
It really highlights the importance of, making AI work at scale. The big takeaway seems to be that cloud and DevOps skills, things like Terraform, Kubernetes, CloudFormation, just general AWS know-how, they command top dollar.
Because that's about deploying and managing these systems.
Yeah, deploying, managing, optimizing reliably. And like you said, those low-level high-performance skills, C++, Dan, Scala, they're also up there because they build the super fast engines underneath.
So it suggests that while building the core ML model is vital, making it production ready, making it perform in a complex system, that's where a lot of the money is.
Precisely. It's not just the brain. It's the whole operational nervous system.
Got it. Okay, so knowing the skills is one thing, but then how do you actually break in? Do you need that PhD or years and years of experience? The data on pathways might flip some expectations.
It really might. This report tackles that common idea that you need an advanced degree for AI.
And the data shows opportunities are surprisingly, almost uncannily, evenly spread across degree levels. Bachelor's degrees were in about 3,789 jobs. Associates, 3,785. Masters, 3,748. PhDs, 3,678.
Whoa, that's incredibly close. So for someone stressing about needing a master's or PhD.
The message is pretty clear. An advanced degree can help, sure, but it's not the only way. The data strongly suggests skills and actual hands-on experience are the real keys. What can you do?
It's about demonstrating capability, maybe through projects or a portfolio.
Exactly. It feels more like a meritocracy based on what you can build and solve, not just the diploma you have, which is, pretty encouraging.
Hugely encouraging, yeah. Especially for career changers or people without that traditional academic path. What about breaking in with like zero experience? Is that even possible?
The report found almost 1,900 roles specifically open to candidates with no prior experience.
Nearly 2,000. That's significant.
It is. It shows the industry is open to newcomers, especially if you can show your skills some other way, projects, internships, certifications, that kind of thing.
And it's not just entry-level jobs that are available, right? The report looked at different experience levels, too.
Yeah, and that was also remarkably balanced. Mid-level roles, about 3,781. Executive roles, 3,760. Senior, 3,741. And entry-level, 3,718.
Again, super close numbers across the board.
Right. It means there are opportunities whether you're just starting out mid-career or a seasoned pro looking to pivot into AI. There are paths at every stage.
Okay, that paints a pretty accessible picture, skill-wise and experience-wise. Let's talk money, the financials. What's the overall salary snapshot in AI?
Well, it confirms what most people suspect. It's a very competitive field, salary-wise. The mean salary across all the roles analyzed was $115,349.
And the median?
The median was $99,705. So half the jobs pay more than that, half pay less.
Just shy of six figures for the median, that's strong. And the top end?
The top roles went up to around $399,000, so quite a range.
Okay, so bottom line, AI pays well. The median near 100K tells you that. And obviously, skills, what you specialize in, how senior you are, that's what pushes you up the scale.
Okay.
How does that salary grow with experience? You mentioned the different levels earlier. Is the climb steep?
It's pretty steep, yeah, which is good news for career growth. Entry-level mean salary was about $63,000.
Okay.
Mid-level jumps to almost $88,000. Senior level gets you to around $122,000.
Solid increases.
But then the really big jump is from senior to executive. The mean for executive roles was over $187,000.
Wow, that's a significant leap. Suggests leading AI teams and strategy really commands a premium.
It certainly looks that way. Big responsibility, big reward.
Makes sense. Now, let's connect back to education again. We saw it wasn't essential for getting a job, but does a master's or PhD mean you earn significantly more?
The million-dollar question, or maybe the $115,000 question. The data here is, again, really interesting.
Let's hear it.
Okay, means salaries by degree. Associate's degree holders averaged about $114,600. Bachelor's, $115,800. Master's, $117,100. And PhDs, actually slightly lower, around $113,700 on average in this data set.
So master's degrees earn slightly more on average, but the difference across all levels is pretty small, really. And PhDs slightly less, maybe because they're more in research roles that sometimes pay differently.
Could be, but the main insight is that the salary differences based purely on degree level are modest. It really doubles down on the idea that your skill set, the specific role, maybe the industry, that those factors seem to drive compensation more than just the degree itself.
It really is about what you can do then.
Fascinating. Okay, shifting globally now.
Yeah.
Where are the AI salary hotspots? If someone's thinking internationally, where is AI talent most valued, financially speaking?
The report identified the top 10 regions, and yeah, the leaders might not be the ones you immediately guess.
Not just Silicon Valley.
Nope. Top of the list, Switzerland. Average salary around $170,600.
Wow. Okay.
Followed very closely by Denmark, around $165,600, and then Norway, near $159,500.
So Nordic countries are strong.
Yeah.
Where does the U.S. fit in?
The U.S. came in fourth with an average around $146,800.
Still very high, but interesting that it's not number one. What's the takeaway there? It really seems that several European, particularly Nordic countries, are putting a major premium on AI talent right now, maybe driven by specific industries or government investment. Hard to say from just this data, but it shows the demand is truly global.
And all the top countries listed were well over $100K average.
Right, yeah, easily. Confirms that AI skills are valuable pretty much everywhere these days.
Okay, so we've covered skills, pathways, money. Let's zoom out a bit. Where are these jobs actually located, industry-wise? Is it all big tech?
That's a really common perception, but the data completely blows that up. It's one of the most interesting findings, I think.
So it's not just Google, Meta, Amazon.
Not even close in terms of volume distribution. The top industries hiring were actually retail, with over 1,000 jobs. Media, also over 1,000. Then automotive and consulting, tied again, each with over 1,000 jobs.
Retail. And automotive, up there with media and consulting. That's wild.
Isn't it? Then you have technology, sure, but also real estate, government, healthcare. It's incredibly broad.
So the key insight is just how pervasive AI adoption has become. It's not a niche tech thing anymore.
Exactly. It's transforming everything from how you shop online to how cars drive to how businesses make decisions,
Yeah.
even how property is managed. AI is everywhere.
That really changes the landscape of opportunity. Okay, so within these diverse industries, what job titles are most common? Are we all just AI engineers?
No, there's definitely more variety. The most frequent title was actually machine learning researcher,
Interesting.
followed by AI software engineer, then autonomous systems engineer that ties into the automotive finding maybe,
Yeah.
then machine learning engineer, and AI architect.
So a mix of research, software building, specialized systems, and architecture.
Right. And interestingly, data analyst was also really high on the list, showing that core data skills are still fundamental even within AI roles. It's an ecosystem.
It's not just one job description, it's a whole range of contributions.
Makes sense.
Okay, last big question, and it's one on everyone's mind. Remote work. Is it a thing in AI, and does it pay less?
Good news on this front, especially for those who like flexibility. The AI field seems very open to remote work.
How open?
About a third of the jobs listed were fully remote. That's nearly 5,000 listings. And another third were hybrid, so another 5,000 listings there.
Wow, so roughly 2/3 offer some form of remote flexibility.
Exactly. And the compensation part is maybe even more surprising.
Uh-oh. Does it pay less?
Nope. Actually, slightly more for fully remote roles on average. The mean for fully remote was about $116,100. Hybrid was $115,700. And fully on-site was $114,100.
Get out. Remote pays slightly more.
According to this data, yes. Maybe companies are competing harder for remote talent, or maybe the roles tend to be slightly more senior. Whatever the reason, the data shows remote work is definitely not penalized financially.
That is a huge takeaway. The industry embraces remote work, and you don't take a pay cut for it. That makes AI even more appealing. Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into the AI Job Market Report 2025, let's just quickly hit the big takeaways for you listening in.
Yeah, the key things to remember.
First, specific skills matter a lot, especially in things like cloud, DevOps, high-performance computing. They often pay more than just knowing the basic ML tools, and they seem more important than just having a specific degree for getting those top jobs and salary.
Right. Skills and experience seem to be king, or at least co-regents with degrees. Second, you can break in. There are entry-level roles for people with no formal experience if you can show your stuff through projects. It's opening up.
Third, the money is good. Median salary near $100K, top roles way up there. The demand is real.
And fourth, the opportunities are broad across tons of industries, not just tech, all over the globe, not just the U.S. And with lots of remote flexibility, that doesn't hurt your paycheck.
It really paints a picture of a dynamic, accessible, and rewarding field.
Definitely. This data gives a much clearer map than just, reading headlines.
Exactly. So for you, our listener, here's a final thought to chew on. We saw AI popping up in unexpected places like retail and automotive. Given that breadth, what's the next unexpected sector, or maybe even a super niche role that's going to become the next big frontier for AI pros? Something we haven't even thought of yet. What does all this data suggest to you about where your unique path might lie in this constantly changing landscape? Something to think about. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.